Felicity from Get Your Rock Out, here with a couple of the guys from Truckfighters. How are you doing today?
I'm perfect, thanks.
Yeah,
Perfect.
rad.
See, now perfect, that's a good response. I think that's the most positive response I've had all weekend, so thank you for that.
Great.
Everyone's just like, yeah, I'm alright, we are, of course, here at Sonisphere Festival.
Yeah.
So have you guys had a good day so far?
We didn't kind of enjoy the day that much. It was we played. We got in, played, and now we're here.
Wow.
So everything moves so fast when you're supposed to play because you're so focused and fixing things before the show. But the show was awesome, really good, perfect.
I'm really, really glad. So were you happy with the response that you had?
Yeah.
I think, we played really early at 1 o'clock, but it was still a full tent and it was really good.
And was it kind of fans that you recognised and fans that you knew were going to be here, or was it a whole new audience that you hadn't really seen before?
I think there were probably a lot of fans. I would say a lot of old ones, a lot of both.
I recognized a few people in the crowd actually that I'd seen before, but it was also lots of people, of course. We have no clue who they were.
And we're not the best memory guys either. So, sometimes you meet people that you see them, they know you, but you can't really place where did you meet that guy.
Oh yeah, it's lovely to see you again.
Exactly.
Yeah, hiya mate.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it. But no, I'm really, really glad that it was such a good set. I think it's always funny opening, like kind of being on so early on a bill. But I think everybody who's had an early slot has been just amazed at the turnout. People have really made the effort to see bands, which is really nice.
That's awesome, and I think it helps when you play in a tent when the weather is not the best, because then people can go inside and get a little bit warmer.
This is really good weather for England.
It is. All right. Great.
It's not raining. That means it's
Awesome.
Yeah, there are people out there getting sunburnt.
Yeah. I've seen some British people totally red. But where did that
really
came
funny,
from?
actually.
I think we get 2 days of proper sunshine in the UK a year, and so I think last festival we had that was here, all the paths you had straw everywhere because the mud was just up to here.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
But are people getting out to see bands even though it's really rainy?
Yeah, I think I think the tents are brilliant when it rains because everyone piles into the tents. But if you live in the UK and you want to see bands at a festival, you basically are prepared for it.
You're used to it.
You just wouldn't dream of going to a festival without all your waterproof gear and lots of boots. But I guess it's what you get used to.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome.
It rains quite a lot in Sweden, some summers as well, but people don't really think it's gonna rain anyway.
Yeah, we're positive thinking.
We're a bit naive in that sense.
Yeah, we're good. We like the positive thinking, definitely. And you guys, your latest album was out in February this year, and it had a fantastic reaction from everything I've seen. Were you guys happy with the response that you had to it?
Absolutely, it's been really overwhelming. It's like you've been working for this album almost 5 years, or we've been working active maybe 3 years, but it was 5 years since the previous album. And when you get that response, it's really nice to see the effort is paying off.
Yeah, and I would say, in the end of such a long process, you're not really sure. It's we think this is really good, or is it good? And then you just want to finish and get it out. Yeah,
you're almost turning into a maniac. Yeah. You kind of loosen it because you've been working so many hours on this. But it's nice, people like it. So we're not maniacs.
And no, it's I think when you're so involved in something and when it does take such a long time for whatever reason to get it out, I think you completely lose sight of what it actually started out at, and you just can't really be objective about it when you're so involved in something.
It's really hard. We're used to it because we've been recording our stuff ourselves all the time, but still it was a really hard time to figure out if this is so good or just...
And some songs were actually kind of finished, and then we changed stuff 2 years after. So it's a long process.
But no, I'm really, really glad that the reaction to it was so positive. It's great to hear. I mean, are you starting to think about recording again? Do you want to get the next record out sooner this time?
Yes.
Or are you, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But we have no plans in starting recording right now, but we will start soon.
It would be nice to have it out earlier than like 5 years from now.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I think 5 years would be too long a wait for another album.
Yeah, it is.
And also, I mean, of course, there was the Truckfighters film, which was just, I mean, the kind of bands that were kind of interviewed there about the whole music scene. I mean, that must have been a fascinating thing to do.
Our film?
Yeah.
It was mainly the filmmakers who did it. We didn't realize
we didn't
the turnout.
know what was going to happen with the film. We had no idea it would be like a real serious production. Because they were just told us, like, can we make a movie about you? And we said, yeah, sure, do that. That would be fun.
But you know, in the music business, there's a lot of bullshit. And when people talk and they say, yeah, we should do this. Sometimes you're like, yeah, sure, we'll
do it. That's
great. And then it happens sometimes. And this was one of these
and when
times.
It happens, it actually is great. So.
Yeah.
I thought you'd been a lot more involved in kind of the creative process, but were you just not really involved in that at all?
No, not at all. Actually.
No.
We only did what they told us. Like they wanted to interview us, and then they had some more questions. So they set up a camera and they questioned us on Skype, and then recorded their answers to get it in there. But apart from that, we didn't really do anything.
But it's really nice to give other creative people the freedom to do whatever. I think the result will be better if they do it that way.
And I also think, since it's kind of a documentary, it's not like a documentary, but it's still documentary. So I think it would be strange if we were involved in doing a movie which is supposed to show ourselves from some kind of objective way.
That's very true, and I think I'd imagined you kind of just being involved in the direction the film took and what you wanted shown and so on and so forth.
They showed us like a almost finished copy, and we said, "Are you okay with this?" Yeah, sure. So we approved it before it left, but they did a really good job. Yeah.
Fantastic. And the kind of music that you guys make, I mean, it's not typical of what people would think as to where you come from.
No.
You mean ABBA or?
I wasn't quite thinking of ABBA, but now you've mentioned that. But no, I mean, have you found it? I mean, what's the music scene like? Kind of where you're living for your style? Is that difficult? And do you try to get out as much as possible, or is there definitely still a scene there for it?
We almost never play in Sweden, so.
Yeah.
This year we did 3 shows in Sweden so far.
It's really hard for underground rock bands, or even if you become a little bit famous or like people know you, it's really hard because we don't have that nice live culture like Germany have, or with these smaller clubs with good PA system, and we only have like big 1,000 capacity clubs that are good, or you play some basement somewhere in front of 30 people. So we've been when we started, we had a lot of more shows in Europe, so we continue, and we kind of built there first.
And the next few months or so, I mean, what are you guys planning? Is it basically just more and more touring?
Yeah, we have the whole fall.
We do festivals, more festivals of course, and then we do a European tour in October. We go to England in November for 1 full week, and then we go to Scandinavia in December, and then probably next year we do Australia and South America, I think.
So definitely a busy year for you then.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's what
fun.
we do, so
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat. It's been a real pleasure, and I'm sure that we'll see you at some point very soon.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.